Hello, hello, hello. We are back for another pop-in, guys. Not going to hold you guys for a very, very long time, but let's get into the tea that we have. All right. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get into our show. Let's get into the show, child. All right. So first topic, honey. First topic. Hold on. All right, so first topic, honey. Shout out to Reality Entertainment TV, girl. Simone and Sweet Tea, guys, they are throwing some subliminal shade to Quad, girl. Okay, and this is funny. I said I'm going to share this because they are cutting up. So y'all know, Sweet Tea and Simone, they kind of rock with each other. Okay, they go out on double dates with their husbands. So she actually does have an alliance with Simone. Not related to the other girls, okay? Because she don't really fool with the other girls like that outside of the show. But she does have an alliance with Simone, okay, and Cecil outside of Married to Medicine. So let's get into this clip. Give me a second. What happened? What happened? So let's get into okay, so let's share. Hey guys, coming in. I see you guys. Hi.
My life is so good. I love my husband. My husband loves me. We're spending time together. So much time. We don't have time to be propped up on the YouTube.
You'll still be doing inpatient, just not the outpatient.
I feel like
and he's doing well.
I feel like there
the house is almost paid off. I'm
is a lot.
Paying on Quad house.
Who's gonna help Quad pay our Quad house? The one she living in. All right. My life is so good. I love my husband. My husband loves me. We're spending time together. So much time. We don't have time to be propped up on the YouTube.
You'll still be doing inpatient, just not the outpatient.
I feel like
and he's doing well. I feel like there the house is almost paid off. I'm almost done paying on Quad house.
Who's gonna help Quad pay our Quad house? The one she living in. All right. My life is so good. I love my husband. My husband loves me. We're spending time together. So much time. We don't have time to be propped up on the YouTube.
You'll still be doing inpatient, just not the outpatient.
I feel like
and he's doing well. I feel like there the house is almost paid off. I'm almost done paying on Quad house.
Who's gonna help Quad pay our Quad house? The one she living in. All right. My life.
Yo. I told y'all that they would say Quad was crying and carrying on, honey, trying to get back on this damn show. And she came back on the show by way of Sweet Tea, honey, so she can help pay for them damn bills up over there. So they are making little jokes, subliminal jokes about Quad up on here, honey. So Sweet Tea said, honey, let me go so I can finish paying for Quad's house, okay? That is so crazy. They are team too much. So I'm happy that the two of them are kicking it. That Sweet Tea has like a little alliance, honey, because the girls have been very, very mean to her this season. Especially Heavenly, who invited her to come on the show, only so that Quad would be able to be on the show and have a freaking storyline. So as soon as she got Quad put in the door, she went back to treating Sweet Tea like shit again. Okay, and that to me, I felt like it was a little setup, and I ain't like that. But let's continue. Let's continue. Hey guys, coming in. What's up? All right, so Jess Hilarious, honey. Jess Hilarious child said she was out here busting it wide open. I was like, not busting it, girl. So she said Jess Hilarious says that when you know, then you just know. She said that sis got intimate with her now fiance on the first night, girl. Said, and she got their hotel herself, okay. And she said that is there an appropriate time to wait to have sex? Okay, so that's what she's asking. Yeah, child. She's like, yeah, I met you today and I'm gonna give you the cookies today. No, you gotta earn the cookies, baby. You ain't about to meet today and then go lay up. Okay, it's too much raw dogging in 2025. Y'all gotta cut that out. Okay, clinics are at an all-time. That's y'all keep the clinics open out here. Some of y'all. Okay, stay out y'all business, but let's get into this, child. All right, so let's get into what Jess Hilarious had to say.
To sleep with him. And he gonna be somebody.
Oh, the first day?
Yeah. When I met him, I was like,
whoa,
wanted to crack it. Wanted to crack it. Take them down.
Jess.
I already knew I wanted to jump on that, climb that tree.
Jess.
What's up?
I mean, I thought like I came up in the era where you had to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It wasn't no first night.
Not if you know what you want, you ain't gotta wait. That's what the old folks say.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't jump right in bed and all of that.
It's like that.
It's like that.
Women do that.
Women do that. I'm a woman that did it. I know a few that do it too. Listen, I just knew.
Where the heck got that? I ain't met.
You ain't mean the guy that do
women. I'm the guy they want to settle down with.
Right.
So they want to settle down with me. So they need a year.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
All right. I'm gonna just sleep with him, and he gonna be somebody.
Oh, the first day.
Yeah. When I met him, I was like,
whoa,
wanted to crack it. Take him down.
Jess.
I already knew I wanted to jump on that, climb that tree.
Jess.
What's up?
I mean, I thought like I came up in the era where you had to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It wasn't no first night.
Not if you know what you want, you ain't gotta wait. That's what the old folks say.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't jump right in bed and all of that.
It's like that.
It's like that.
Women do that.
Women do that. I'm a woman that did it. I know a few that do it too. Listen, I just knew.
Where the heck got that? I ain't met.
You ain't mean the guy that do
women. I'm the guy they want to settle down with.
Right.
So they want to settle down with me. So they need a year.
Girl, no.
I didn't want the night to end. And how about the restaurant?
Clearly it didn't.
How about the restaurant was in a hotel? And so I was like, I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Went and got a room real quick. Came back. This man was acting like he ain't want to go. I got something to do in the morning. He had to work in the morning. I got work in the morning. All right, well, you can leave from here. And that's what he did. And yep. And I had to fly. I had a flight. I had to work in the morning too. I had to fly out of Atlanta to film something. And I did.
You did all that, Jack? That man had no idea that he was going to be able to beat somebody back in.
No, he sure didn't. He ran out, go get the condoms. He's like, I gotta go to the store. I said, listen, I keeps those. Yeah. What are we doing? I already knew. When you asked me, can you take me out? I already knew.
So you knew you?
Damn. That's giving a little thirsty right there, because the man just want to take you out. He ain't mentioned no dick miles, girl. So you out here done put the condoms in the purse already with the notion of, girl, we gonna get a room or something after we eat or whatever. So what the hell? Like, no getting to know him, no waiting just in case, because I don't know. I'm real stingy with my kitty cat, honey. When I met my husband, you about to get this thing. Not you gotta earn this. You gotta date me. You gotta take me out. You gotta bring me some flowers, buy me some shit. I need to be around your family. I need to be around you for a little bit, because I don't know. I don't want to waste no coochie miles, baby. I'm just saying, I don't want to waste no coochie miles. If I meet you and we click and we dating for a little bit, then, after some time, then you will. But no, not no first night. We ain't going to no room. Now I'm going downstairs to get something to eat, and I already got the condoms. And girl, no, hell no. This is 2025. It's too much shit out there. No. No. Okay, hell no. But what y'all think about it?
Damn, Jess.
That's right. Why do women gotta act like I didn't want the night to end?
I don't know about that one, Jess. And I like Jess hilarious, but that's just giving a little desperation. It's giving, girl, no. Because then I feel like if you give it up so quickly, then I feel like there's nothing else left, because the goal is to get there. The goal is to get to know me and then get that. You feel me? So if I give it to you the first night, then what do you have to look forward to? You know what I mean? And it's, people in the chat, y'all may be different, because I know everybody, have a different mindset in terms of what they want to do or how they choose to do in a relationship. But I don't know. I'm old school with mine. I'm into dating. I'm into me getting to know you. You getting to know me. We go on a few dates. You buy me some shit, and you buy me some more shit and bring me some, because I like flowers, honey. Flowers that make me smile, like stuff like that. I'm a mushy type of chick when it comes to that. So buy me some flowers, hit me with some jewelry, whatever, a little bling on me. Take me to some of my favorite spots. Let's go out dancing, because I like to dance. Let's go dance. Let me see how you move. I already told y'all, you can tell how a man move in the bed, how he is on his feet. If you that way on your feet, I know how you're gonna be in the sheet. But anyway, yeah, I don't know about the first night thing, girl. I don't know. But let's move on. Y'all can put in the chat what y'all think. All right. So Destorm Power accuses Zeus co-founder Lemuel Plummer of cutting out early investors in SC sexual assault. Now that's a serious accusation right there, child. Let's get into it though. Ooh, child. He had a lot to say. So let's go. Let's get into it, girl. Let's let it load up. Y'all see Rose said, I'm old school. Child, I'm old school too. I am old school. Cassandra D said that's called lust, not love. Right. Says that thirsty as heck. Says that you know nothing about that person. Sit and have a conversation. Right. What's wrong with that? Why? What's the rush? What is the rush? Why are people rushing out here? KBR said old school because I don't want to be stuck with the food. That too. Because people act crazy after you give them a nookie, child. So I don't know. No, ma'am. Let's move on, though.
Well, I see Lemmy Plummer, or Lemon Pepper, as y'all call him, is up on X spewing lies. But let me tell you something. Never trust tweets, only trust receipts. I'm about to break down for you the entire situation when it comes to Zeus ownership. I get a call from a good friend of mine, Lamorne Morris. Congrats on your Emmy, by the way, my brother. Lamorne tells me that he has a colleague named Lemmy Plummer who wants to meet with me about starting a social network. His pitch was he wanted to start a black Netflix for influencers and call it the Social Network, which was already a Facebook movie, by the way. He offered me a good amount of equity in the company and said he was going to look out for Lamorne for connecting us. He never looked out for Lamorne. Now, at the time, I had the biggest series on the internet called The Cart Series. Wait, baby, don't do that. No. Had over 500 million views. It was nominated for an Emmy, 4 Streamies, winning 2. Then Lemmy asked me, are there any other influencers I could bring on as partners because we needed some heavy hitters in social media for this thing to work. I said, how about I reach out to another longtime friend of mine, King Patch. He had the numbers. Lemmy agreed. Batch agreed to join. So I see Lemmy Plummer, or Lemon Pepper, as y'all call him, is up on X spewing lies. But let me tell you something. Lemmy said we need one more partner, some diversity. So Batch reached out to Jake Paul, but Jake was working on another project and said, I'll at least give y'all an episode on round 1.
Welcome to the Taj Mahal.
Then Batch said, what about another good friend of ours, Amanda Cerny? She was getting millions of views, making millions of dollars off of brand deals. We all agreed. Now, at this point, I broke down my equity so myself, Batch, and Amanda could have even equity across the board, and we all became co-founders.
I met with Destorm, King Batch, and Amanda Cerny, who were pretty big influencers.
Yes.
And we ended up, I brought them on board.
Lemmy was supposed to be behind the scenes as the CEO, and the 3 of us were to be the face of the network, myself as the president. In the coming weeks, we started a group chat, and the founders came up with a new name for the social network. Some of the names was trash. Then one day I thought, wait, Nike was a Greek god. They were successful with their shoe and apparel line. Why don't we name ourselves after a Greek god? Let's be Zeus. So then Amanda's like, I had a dog named Zeus. Shoot, I like it.
Destorm actually came up with the name Zeus. We were strategy.
He said we need one more partner, some diversity. So Batch reached out to Jake Paul, but Jake was working on another project and said, I'll at least give y'all an episode on round 1.
Welcome to the Taj Mahal.
Then Batch said, what about another good friend of ours, Amanda Cerny? She was getting millions of views, making millions of dollars off of brand deals. We all agreed. Now, at this point, I broke down my equity so myself, Batch, and Amanda could have even equity across the board, and we all became co-founders.
Strategizing and talking about different names.
So then became the Zeus Network. In our operating agreement, Lemmy's job was to put up the money for the first round of content, which he'd get back soon as we launched. Myself, Batch, and Amanda's job was to use our audience and our face and our likeness to blow up the company and give it a legitimate name. Lemmy's like, look guys, I'm a nobody, and you guys have the influence and celebrity to make this work. So that summer, we went hard as hell.
Zeus just came out today. You on this nigga, you gonna die. At what point did you hear me say Zeus, man?
When you looked at me and said Zeus?
There's a number on the screen. Ignore that. It doesn't work. But the link in my bio does. Click on that right now and join Zeus today.
Subscribe.
As president, my job was also to go out and find as many creators as possible so that we could have enough content to let agree to put season 2 of Cart onto Zeus. Shit, I even called in a favor from Uncle Snoop to pop up in the series, and he looked out for me.
Let's tear us apart.
Strike 1. You've been watching too much Zeus, nephew.
And then we spoke to 25 other creators who are also friends of ours and told them we'll give them a free series on Zeus if they promote the app. Let me promise all of them that they would get a percentage of the subscriptions. They done produced everything from Ariana Grande to Justin Bieber. Tommy gave us over 1,000 beats with a promise from Lemmy that they'd get paid back once Zeus was profitable. They never got paid. We understood that Zeus couldn't just be successful in social media, and we needed a partner in traditional media. So I talked to my boy Fonz, and he links me with Tiffany, who works at SAG-AFTRA. Zeus ended up signing a historic deal as the first social platform to partner with SAG-AFTRA. And because of this partnership, I was also able to get a lot of the creators and actors their SAG card because they had shows and series on Zeus. And let me end up stabbing SAG-AFTRA in the back, by the way. This is why I say don't trust tweets. Only trust receipts. Let's red carpet, big screens. Amanda bit the bullet and did this big ass deal with Diageo for half her rate so we could have Ciroc as a sponsor. We was in it.
It came together. We're doing our pre-launch party, so coming out July 13th. I'm super stoked.
On launch day, all the creators who had a show on the platform promoted the hell out of Zeus, and over 45,000 people joined the platform that day. So now we on Easy Street until the next day we get a call from our tech partner, Nick, who said there was a glitch in the system and everybody got into Zeus for free. We had to boot everybody out of Zeus and ask them to rejoin for the subscription price. And if you know anything about people, they ain't paying for shit after they got it for free. So the first round of Zeus was a wash. We had to scramble and come up with a plan for round 2 with no funds from Ben Cool to make longer form content. Amanda secured Lil Tay, who was huge at the time. Bat secured B. Simone, who was huge at the time. I secured Quay, who was huge at the time, and Lemmy secured Michael Blackson. Those shows with TT being the flagship gave us enough subscribers and enough income to make it to the next season for even bigger shows. Now let's spew and lies.
I thought they would bring some value, bring some money to the table and do their thing, and they did.
Let me tell you something. Anybody who needs that kind of security is either super famous or did a lot of people dirty.
Part of what makes this whole platform special is, yes, you guys are partners and owners with me in this. And what you bring to the table, like you said, is relationships. People would not do this if it wasn't because of you and King Batch and Amanda.
Now, when you have a successful company like Zeus, you do this. Let me just read this. New home, RVs.
Let me bought me a truck for my birthday.
The Zeus Network bought you.
Zeus bought it.
Cybertrucks, cars, jewelry, and he's giving out bags to everybody who walks through Zeus's door. The partners who initially kept the lights on and made Zeus what it is today received nothing. Don't let the internet and lemon pepper fool you. We put them on. This guy's a fraud. I had a call a few years back with Lemmy and Jason Tolbert, who's that Lemmy done settled behind our backs. And when you hear all these women on TikTok or you hear Ray J going off and shit.
To all the women that's going through this with Lemmy and going through this with Zeus, we hear you and we're gonna help you.
We're gonna stay in this room for 3 to 4 hours until you do what I tell you to do.
I don't f with that.
Why not? Wait. You worked with him
he's
before?
like the Black Harvey Weinstein.
So while Lemmy flies on his private jets and throws out money to crowds off of a career full of lies, keep in mind that if he can do this to his partners, imagine what he would do to someone who is not. Anyway, y'all, this has been my TED Talk. I just wanted to explain to y'all the ownership of the Zeus Network, and you're looking at the fucking president.
So he's talking about how he was done wrong, how he and his partner helped get Zeus to where it is, and they pretty much took the money and did what they wanted to do. He also alleged some sexual assault in this same video. So if you guys want to listen to it in its entirety, you can head on over to Baller Alert. Okay. For those of you who watch Zeus, I don't watch anything Zeus because it is much, much too ghetto for me. All right. I don't fool with nothing on Zeus. I cannot. Okay. All that fighting and ghetto, I can't, child. I can't. It's too low vibrational for me. All right. Let's move on. All right, so I saw this post where shout out to Nostalgic Fashionable, where they're talking about Johnny Gill did a lie detector test to prove to a girlfriend, you guys, that he was not gay. Okay, because y'all know it's been rumors swirling around for years about Johnny Gill being of the LGBT community. Okay, but he's saying no, he was not, and he was trying to date this woman, and she made him take a lie detector test before she dated him. Okay, has anyone ever had to do that with them trying to date someone? Have you guys had to maybe do a background, a lie detector, or like really do a whole bunch of background stuff on a person before you actually went on a date with this person? Let's get into what Johnny had to say, and let's share. Because child, nowadays you have to, because you when you meet a person, you meeting their representative versus them. Because child, these folk out here are crazy. People nowadays are crazy. All right, let's get into it.
Because of the gay rumors, you actually did a polygraph test with her. That's wild, man. Yeah. That's wild to have to actually go through that extent to show that you're straight. Like that's crazy to me.
You know, it was crazy because the rumor had been going for so long.
Yeah.
And so you start to realize and look at certain things, like I said, like a record label. They was talking to a record label. It was like, well, we would, but I think, you know, he's really good. So we don't want to, it's like, so we hear, it's all this stuff that's going. And I remember her telling me, about her friend saying this and saying that and blah blah blah. She never asked me to do it, but I wanted to show her something. I wanted to prove a point to her.
Because of the gay rumors, you actually got a polygraph test.
He did it in order to prove to said woman that he was interested in, and that obviously was interested in him. She was kind of, you know, hung up on the gay rumors in Hollywood and people saying that Johnny Gill was gay, but she still liked him. So she wanted him to take a lie detector test to prove that he was not of the LGBT community, girl, before she dived on it up in there and decided to be with him. But, you know, nowadays you just don't know, because you have a lot of closeted men, and I respect her for wanting to respect herself, her body, her, you know, whatever, everything about her. Hell, you just never know nowadays. You got men out here, you can't really look at them and tell, but as soon as they drop you off, they're going to go lay up with a man. You just never know. You just never know. So you got to really be eyes wide open. I know they say eyes wide shut. You got to have your third eye on when you're out in the dating scene nowadays, especially if you're on dating apps and stuff like that. You just never ever know what you're going to get, because some, you know, people will put in their profile one thing, but then it's something else. They'll tell you what they want you to know or what they want you to think about them. And then once you get to know them, you're like, who is this person? This is not the person that I thought I knew. Like just about everything that you were telling me are all lies. So it's like you gotta do your homework on people. And it's sad that nowadays, like back in the days, a man come pick you up, y'all go on a date, and it was what it was. Nowadays, baby, you got to do all kinds of tests. You got to have them take all kinds of, you know, STD tests and all, you know, check their credit and check their background, because they might be crazy. Motherfucker come and pick you up and you don't never see the light of day again, or he won't drop you off because he crazy. Gotta watch out for it. But Johnny Gill, honey, Johnny Gill said, hey, rumors been going on for the longest. I've heard rumors about Johnny Gill being that way. I don't know if he is. I just know I like his music. Okay. I don't really care if he is or if he ain't. I just like his music. But you know, in the dating scene, if you're looking to be dating someone nowadays, it's you know, it's not something that would be weird to ask someone to take maybe a lie detector test, or to maybe, you know, take any other type of test, or do a background on their ass, because you want to be safe out here, because child, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay.
With her.
All right. So let's get up off him. Let's get into this right here. Is crazy. I saw this today and I shared this with Chef Don Don and we laughed about this shit. I said, I want to share this. I have never seen nobody do this with no damn, especially canned greens. Have you guys ever seen anybody do this with some canned greens? This is crazy. So this lady, or this person rather, is cleaning some damn glory greens out of the cans. Y'all know glory greens. I don't even eat that, but glory greens come out of the can. This person is washing them in the sink like they would wash them like greens you would get out of a garden, and putting dish soap into these damn greens like they're getting ready to up and cook them like straight out of the garden. I was like, who do that to some damn glory greens? This person here says she's washing the glory up out the greens. I thought that was so funny. But let's get into this, because I thought this was funny. So shout out to Snoop Dogg, because when I was scrolling, I saw this. Check this out.
Okay. Now, get the rubbing them greens together, she said. Get them up in there and wash them.
What the hell?
Real good. I cannot believe I've been missing this.
Girl.
I did not know we were supposed to be washing our greens with Dawn. Maybe that's why we always have leftover greens. So I'm going to get these washed up real good. And by the strainer being in there, we can just kind of just rinse them down. And, you know, because you just rinse the water down. Now, I'm sure these greens are going to be much cleaner now. And this is what you can do for Thanksgiving. You know, she said rub the greens together with the Dawn. So, and okay. Now,
what's up with all these?
rubbing them greens together, she said.
My God.
Get them up in there and wash them real good. I cannot believe I've been missing this. I did not know we were supposed to be washing our greens with Dawn. Maybe that's why we always have leftover greens.
I've seen some that's like this.
I'm gonna get these washed up real good.
Look at all that soap.
And by the strainer
like
being in there, we can just kind of just rinse them down. And, you know, because you just rinse the water down. Now, I'm sure these greens are going to be much cleaner.
Like you don't have no bowl or something to put that in there. Just look nasty.
And this is what you can do for Thanksgiving.
Y'all.
You know, she said rub the greens together with the Dawn.
This is why you don't eat it at everybody's house. Okay.
And
look at all this salt.
okay.
Oh my God, my blood pressure going up just looking at it. Anybody ever did this? This is some crazy shit, y'all. This is something I feel like Wanda would just totally do, y'all. And I ain't even trying to be funny. I just feel like this is something Wanda would do. Like, this is crazy. You open a can of Glory Greens, pour them holes in the sink, cut the water on, put a gang of salt up in there. Then you put the Dawn dish detergent up on there and then sit there and like rub them together in your hands like you cleaning them. Put a whole thing of water in the sink with them. Like, what is, y'all? Somebody said, I cannot. Oh my God, this is insane. This is the reason why you cannot eat at everybody's house. This is why, one of the reasons why I told you I don't do no damn potlucks. I don't play with people like that because they do shit like this. Like, this is nasty as hell. If you buying them in the can, obviously you don't gotta wash them, dear. I don't really do canned greens like that anyway. But if you gonna do that, baby, like you ain't gotta throw them mugs in the sink like that and be doing that. And you might go to the garden, go to the farmer's market and get you some damn greens, chop them up, wash them. Like if you want to wash some greens, that's when you should be washing them out of the damn garden or from the farmer's market or something like that when you're cutting them up. But Glory Greens, who is out here washing Glory Greens? It says across the fucking can, seasoned Glory Greens, collard green. Oh my God, this is some stupid shit. Oh my God, y'all put in chat, y'all. This right here, I saw that. I said, yo, I got to share this. All right, so this is gonna be our last topic. I found this, y'all, on Celebrity Word. Now, it says that TD Jake's wife knew. Let me share with you guys so y'all can watch with me. Okay, this is gonna be our last topic. Then we're gonna get out of here, honey. Okay. Because I'm enjoying my Sunday trying to relax. I done had me like a little short nap, and I think I want to go back to sleep because I don't feel like I got all my nap. And my son up and woke me up. So, yeah, let's get into it, honey. It says that TD Jake's wife knew all along, said that eyewitnesses give thrilling testimonies of TD Jake's and his son's gay lifestyle. Okay, so they're saying that, of course, you guys know that TD Jake's sons are really Sarita Jake's sons. Okay, she had kids before meeting TD Jake's, and he I guess like adopted them as his own sons, but he never accepted the fact that they were gay. So let's go ahead and listen to this.
Sometime later, I don't know if it was years, I don't know the time frame of between her having and her meeting Thomas. That part of their story, I don't know. But one of the great things that made her fall in love with Thomas was that he accepted her two boys. And yes, he did later adopt them. So he's the man that raised them, because I don't know anything about their biological father, y'all. I don't know who he is. That's the part I can't say. My mentor told me, and I'll never forget this, there was a time when the Jakes lived near White Rock Lake in Dallas. Okay, they had a home. They used to have a home over there. And she told me her friend was part of this group of people that had gone to the house. But I don't know how many sessions they had, but this was a time, as I said earlier, where people kind of saw homosexuality differently, especially in the church. And so they believed that it was an evil spirit and it could be cast out. And so she was telling me that the friend had said that they had had a few sessions at the Jake's home where they were trying to cast the devil out of these two boys. And I remember, I'll never forget, she said to me, she said, and they said every time they would get to a point where they thought they were going to cast him out, Jakes would leave the room. Why? I don't know. What he was leaving the room for, I don't know. When all this stuff comes out over the next days and weeks about Thomas, TD Jakes, which stands for Thomas Dexter, for those who may not know, I don't want to assume everyone knows what that stands for. I want all of you to understand that Sarita was a part of the cover-up. So very often when things come out about these husbands, the wives, nobody really The wives get to play innocent. People assume they're innocent, kind of like the Vanessa Long, Eddie Long situation. People assume they're innocent. The wife kind of skates off and people look at her like, "Aw," but that's never the case. It's never the case. When women like Sarita go along, participate in, when I say participating, I don't mean necessarily the act. I just mean go along with the cover up and pretending that it's not what it is. That's what makes these things go on for years and years and years, because as women, we have power. And when we leave a man, people know something's up. What I'm saying is when it all comes out, I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh, poor Sarita." No, it's not going to be poor Sarita. Sarita, people have gotten information back to Sarita for years about her husband. But there, sometime later.
Yeah, it is. I said, what the heck? Now, y'all know the situation with Eddie Long. Y'all know his wife filed for divorce once that came out with all those boys that they were talking about. Eddie Long was messing with all those boys. Y'all remember his wife filed for divorce. But then once all the public scrutiny started getting to her, she decided to stay with him until he passed away. And I feel like a lot of these first ladies of these churches, especially like mega churches, I think they get comfortable with the lifestyle. I think they get comfortable with being quiet when they see things because they, one, don't want to leave the lifestyle, and two, they don't want to face the public scrutiny of a person asking a lot of questions in terms of why you left or what happened here or what happened there. Like I said, Sarita had about 3 or so kids when she met TD Jakes. TD Jakes was a truck driver when they met. They said Sarita came from a very poor background. She nobody knows who the father of her kids are, okay, because I'm hearing that her kids have different fathers, but they're saying that, you know, when she met TD Jakes, she didn't have anything, and he kind of took her in and kind of gave her this lifestyle, and she just kind of stayed with that. She was damn near homeless when she met him with her kids. So him taking her in and using his money from being a truck driver, then turned pastor, then having this mega church, she was loving that lifestyle. She enjoyed being in a nice huge mansion, driving in nice Rolls Royces and the nice cars, and people catering to her, and people, you know, calling her a first lady, and them not really having to worry about anything. So with them having this stuff going on in their household, it was just something that she just kept quiet to, and allowed allegedly some things to maybe go on for the sake of protecting him and his ministry, and not bringing any type of negativity towards him to bring his ministry down, because that's where they were getting their money to support their lifestyle. It was the same way with Eddie Long and his wife, okay, which is now his widow. You can't tell me that she didn't know something was going on with these boys, him being locked in a church office with younger boys, and people saying that they were hearing things and seeing things. And one of the boys was even walking around with Eddie Long's name tattooed on his arm. Like, that's not normal. So my thing is this. And I told you I grew up in Church of God in Christ. I grew up in church. My thing is this. The Holy Spirit will tell you certain things. You're not going to be blinded in certain situations like this. And so Sarita Jakes, being a first lady and being that close to her husband, who is supposed to be this very spiritual person, God is not telling you that your husband is engaging in maybe some things that maybe he should not, or maybe, you know, some things that may be going on that you maybe showing, that he may be showing you, and you just turning a blind eye to that for the sake of the lifestyle, and for the sake of not bringing any type of attention to your family. Okay, you don't want to lose that church, because I'm pretty sure he get a nice check from said church. Okay, I'm gonna play it one more time. And then we're gonna talk about the issue with his son, all right, which is Sarita's son. Okay, let's get into it. Now, let me also say this, because y'all remember I covered a young man who came out to say, and if you guys remember, if y'all follow me well, y'all know what I'm talking about, where this guy was saying that TD Jakes, they all going to the same church, but he said that TD Jakes called him, reached out to him on the phone, and solicited sexual favors for him, and told him that if he gave said sexual or sexual favors, that he would take care of him for the rest of his life. So he wanted him to do some things he didn't want to do. But he said that TD Jakes promised him, allegedly, that he would financially take care of him. He wouldn't have to worry about anything for the rest of his life if he did it. He said that he pretty much turned it down and said no. But his parents at the time, because he was still a teenager, his parents still made him go to the same church where TD Jakes was pastoring. And he said it was all he could do to not even look at him because he was ashamed. He said that TD Jakes would stare at him in church. He even went as far as saying that TD Jakes would like call him out in certain sermons and even call him out and ask him to read certain passages, kind of like he was kind of picking at him or maybe like harassing him behind the scenes. That's what he was saying. I'm not saying that this is what the guy was saying, that TD Jakes would like, y'all know how the pastors would ask you to read in church, like read a certain passage when they're preaching. He said it would be that. And he felt very uncomfortable, but he didn't have a choice because his family would make him come to church. And unfortunately for him, he said that TD Jakes was the pastor at the time, and he felt very uncomfortable being in church because of what was asked of him. Okay, so let's play this one more time so you guys can hear what it said.
I don't know if it was years. I don't know the time frame of between her having and her meeting Thomas. That part of their story, I don't know. But one of the great things that made her fall in love with Thomas was that he accepted her 2 boys. And yes, he did later adopt them. So he's the man that raised them, because I don't know anything about their biological father, y'all. I don't know who he is. That's the part I can't say. My mentor told me, and I'll never forget this, there was a time when the Jakes lived near what is not White Rock Lake in Dallas. Okay, they had a home. They used to have a home over there. And she told me her friend was part of this group of people that had gone to the house. But I don't know how many sessions they had, but this was a time, as I said earlier, where people kind of saw homosexuality differently, especially in the church. And so they believed that it was an evil spirit and it could be cast out. And so she was telling me that the friend had said that they had had a few sessions at the Jakes home where they were trying to cast the devil out of these 2 boys. And I remember, I'll never forget, she said to me, she said, and they said every time they would get to a point where they thought they were going to cast him out, Jakes would leave the room. Why? I don't know. What he was leaving the room for, I don't know. When all this stuff comes out over the next days and weeks about Thomas, you know, TD Jakes, which stands for Thomas Dexter, for those who may not know, I don't want to assume everyone knows what that stands for. I want all of you to understand that Sarita was a part of the cover-up. So very often when things come out about these husbands, the wives, the wives get to play innocent. People assume they're innocent, kind of like the Vanessa Long, Eddie Long situation. People assume they're innocent. The wife kind of skates off and people look at her like, "Aw," but that's never the case. It's never the case. When women like Sarita go along, participate in, when I say participating, I don't mean necessarily the act. I just mean go along with the cover up and pretending that it's not what it is. That's what makes these things go on for years and years and years, because as women, we have power. And when we leave a man, people know something's up. What I'm saying is when it all comes out, I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh, poor Sarita." No, it's not going to be poor Sarita. Sarita, people have gotten information back to Sarita for years about her husband. But there sometimes.
Y'all hear that? So they said Sarita knew all along. Sarita's kids were very, very young when she got with TD Jakes. So my question is, were they turned out maybe by him? Because there were rumors that, you know, he was at the Diddy parties and certain things were, you know, I don't know. I've seen some very questionable videos online. I'm not saying he is that way. If he is, I mean, I would hope he wouldn't be doing that and he's a pastor or a bishop or whatever. But my question is, who introduced them to that? Why is it that if spirits are being casted out with these sons, why is it that you, the person who's supposed to be a bishop, a pastor, why are you leaving the room like it bothers you? And who is responsible for these boys? Because I think that it's both the boys are experiencing that type of behavior. Because y'all know one of his sons, which is Sarita's son, was caught in a Dallas park exposing himself and got arrested. And TD Jakes paid a lot of money to have that swept under the rug. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Let's go ahead and get into it, because I pulled that. I pulled it. We get ready to look at it. All right. Child. Cassandra D said, yes, I believe Jakes laid hands on these 2. Child, it happens. And I believe Sarita ain't going nowhere because she already know. Now, granted, she will probably get a nice little settlement if she left him because she's been with him so long. Okay. She's been with him so long. So I think that she would definitely get a nice settlement. And she probably get spousal support as well because she doesn't work. She's, a pastor's wife. But I feel like it's the whole I'm not going to leave because me leaving will then spark questions, which then will open a can of worms, which then will expose him. So I feel like she's staying and tolerating certain things because he did a video and I shared it on my channel. I want to say maybe last year where TD Jakes went on and I felt like it was very disrespectful for him to say his wife talks too much. She runs her mouth. That's how he said it. She runs her mouth too much. And a woman's place is to not talk so much, but to be supportive of her husband. Like, excuse me? She does have a mouth, and just because she is the pastor's wife or your wife, it doesn't mean that her voice is taken away and that yours should be louder. That's not what that means. That means that she's supposed to be supportive of you and your ministry, and that does not reduce her to being maybe your child or being someone who just cannot speak up if there's something that she see is not right. Okay? He thinks that she's too mouthy. I don't think she's mouthy enough because if you're sitting on certain secrets and you're not saying anything, well, the same lashes that he get, you will as well. And I said the same thing about Eddie Schlong. That's what I call him, honey. Eddie Schlong. I mean, he's not here with us anymore. And I feel like the Lord was slashing him and giving him some lashes before he left up out of here. Because y'all remember seeing him, this buff pastor standing up there with muscle shirts on. He went from that to being this frail individual who could barely stand behind a podium, who was like, I mean, I don't know, 2 pounds damn near. I mean, come on, you cannot be playing with the Lord. And now TD Jakes is talking about suing all these people that's starting to speak out about him and him being at these Diddy parties. Why is that? Is that because something is being uncovered? Notice when people are getting into a place of being uncovered, then they start trying to use the legal system to intimidate people to be quiet. That's what I see here. Because out of the blue, first you start talking about it was the whole sympathy thing. And I saw how he kind of came back out. Because for a while we didn't hear about him after this alleged stroke he said he had in church, where he was sitting there and was damn near drooling and fake shaking. I'm saying he was faking because I don't give a fuck. I'm saying I feel like there was some faking going on. Now, I mean, if you want to share your medical records to change my mind, feel free to do so. But in my mind and in my opinion, because I'm entitled to that, I feel like he wasn't being 100% because I don't know anyone who has a stroke and go into the hospital and come right up out that bitch the next day. I'm saying. They got to run some tests. You got to go in and hit, especially when you said you were in ICU. I feel like this was all a ploy because of this whole Diddy situation being talked about. A lot of stuff was being uncovered. I feel like he used that as a sympathy post, a sympathy video, as to say that this is what was going on, for people to not focus on the Diddy situation and to focus on the fact that this man is going through this dire medical emergency. And then once he came out of the hospital, it's, oh, let me go. And then, mind you, when he got out of the hospital, they said he went straight to his attorney's office to start putting together lawsuits to start filing against people who were speaking about him in this Diddy situation. So my question is, if I'm getting out of the hospital after having a severe stroke, I'm not trying to see no fucking attorney or go sit in an attorney's office to be sitting and talking. I want to go home and get in my bed and rest. Okay, I probably don't even want to have a phone conversation. It's that serious. But let's get into the post that I pulled here. Shout out to Dallas for the Dallas voice, okay? So the son of Dallas pastor TD Jakes arrested for indecent exposure. This happened in 2009, but we're going to still address it because it happened. All right. So let's get into it. Jermaine Jakes arrested after approaching a male officer in a park. Okay. It was an officer who was not dressed in officer attire. All right. But so he was arrested after approaching a male officer in the park, listed TD Jakes Ministries as his place of employment. So he worked at the church down there, child. Okay. So they said the son of TD Jakes, the Dallas megachurch pastor who called homosexuality, say that way, a brokenness, okay, and declared that he would never hire a sexually active gay person, was arrested in a sex sting in Keist Park in January, according to Dallas police reports. Now let's stop there. All right. Now we just heard the video where it says that Sarita Jake's son, which is also his son because he adopted her children, they were in there trying to pray the gay away. We'll say it that way. All right. They were trying to pray the gay away. And he walked up out of there because he felt away when it got to a certain point of them casting out, they say spirit. We'll say it that way because that's what they're saying. All right. So now during this particular moment, as you guys heard, if he had such an issue with that, why is it then would you then come back and say that you would never hire a person who was an active gay person when it said that your son is an active gay person? And we just read that he works at the church. So are there special rules for your children? Or there special rules for the people that you call family versus a person off the street? If they come in there and they are very much more qualified than your own child, would you not hire them because they're a gay individual? I would think that that would be, you being very, what's the word I want to say? Yeah. I would think that that would not be fair. Let's say it that way. I'm trying to use my words very wisely when we're talking about this. Okay. I would think that you would hire a person who is very much so qualified versus just saying, oh, that's my son, I'm gonna give him a job. But if your son is also gay and you say you don't hire gay people, then it's giving there's a lie somewhere. Okay. All right. So Jermaine Donnell Jakes, all right, 29 years old, faces a charge of indecent exposure for allegedly exposing himself in front of two undercover vice detectives shortly after 10 p.m. Who is in the park at 10 p.m. on January the 3rd, honey, right into the new year at 10 o'clock p.m. when your ass should have been home in a bed somewhere. All right. You are in a park exposing yourself to undercover police officers. All right. Senior Corporal Janice Crowder, DPD spokesperson, confirmed Thursday, February 12th, that the detectives were both male. Why are you exposing yourself to male officers? Why are you even in the park? Like I said, at that time of night, most parks close at nightfall. Okay, you ain't supposed to be in the park at nightfall, after nightfall anyway. You're not supposed to be there. So at 10 p.m. it's well into being dark. At 10 p.m. you should have been left the park, but you and that child with your little schlong and all that out, just being inappropriate in the park, exposing yourself to people. Crazy, right? Favoritism, honey. That's what it is. Now, according to an arrest affidavit, says that the detectives were conducting an investigation into citizen complaints of sexual activity when they observed Jakes and several other unknown male park their vehicles in the lot east of the park of 2106 West Keist Boulevard. So what you doing in the park? There are other men parked in the park where you guys getting ready to get busy in the park. At 29 years old, you work at the church. I would think you get a check. Why are you not at a hotel if you're looking to be having some type of sexual activity in the park? Why not get a hotel? Your father is TD Jakes, a very well-known pastor, okay? So why would you put yourself in a situation to not only embarrass yourself, but your father by being in a park and exposing yourself to someone, and it just so happened to be two police detectives? Crazy. Now, the detectives followed Jakes into a wooded area where he approached them with his penis, child, exposed through his unzipped pants, the affidavit states. Now, said that Jakes masturbated with an M for several seconds while making eye contact with one detective. The hell? This a preacher son, but y'all know the preacher's kids be the worst, child. Now, it goes on to say that Jakes made no attempt to conceal his anus, child, with the P, his schlong, we say schlong, despite people walking and jogging on a trail nearby at 10 o'clock at night. Bitch, I ain't walking and jogging nowhere in no park at night. Oh, God. So according to court documents or records, rather, Jermaine Jakes listed his place of employment as TD Jakes Ministries, and Jakes was released at the scene after being detained, okay? So right away, when you saw your ass was in trouble, you're gonna call her, oh, you know my dad is TD Jakes, right? thinking that's gonna get you off. You know, my dad is TD Jakes. Y'all can't arrest me because my dad is TD Jakes, you know. And let's keep this quiet just in case, you know, because I don't want my dad being on the news. I don't want to bring any type of shame towards him because he's accepted my lifestyle or whatever. All right, so TD Jakes is the founder of the Potter's House, a 30,000 member church in South Dallas. A vocal opponent of SEX or same SEX marriage says that he's been criticized by HIV and AIDS activists for undermining prevention of the disease by stigmatizing homosexuality and drug use. It says on same SEX marriage, Jakes once told USA Today, "To date, I have not seen scriptural authority that allows me to stand on behalf of God and say that I now pronounce you husband and wife and wife." He says that this is an issue the government is undecided about. The Bible is not. Okay. Let's continue. Says that Jermaine Jakes' attorney, Faith Johnson, issued a written statement this week. Says that we are aware of potential allegations involving Jermaine Jakes and are undertaking our own investigation of these allegations at this time, according to the statement. Excuse me. It says that given an apparent government investigation, we have no further comment at this time. And when you hear something like that in very high profile cases, that means they are working behind the scenes to make certain things go away. They made this case between him and the Dallas Police Department go away because of who his father was. They didn't want to bring any type of attention to the news station. It was on the news, I heard, but they did not. When they wanted to sweep this under the rug, I feel like some people might have been paid, allegedly, and in my opinion, child. All right, I feel like some people were paid to make this go away. Okay, I do, because this was bad. This was bad. Had this been anybody else, you would have definitely served some time in jail. You would have had a mugshot. You would have had some things happen. So why is it that TD Jakes' son can be in the park, all right, and he's detained but then let go? It says that he was released at the scene after he told him he worked at he was employed at TD Jakes Ministries. Said that Jakes was released at the scene after being detained. Why is that? That's a crime. That is a crime to expose yourself. Okay, especially when two police officers are involved. That is a crime to expose yourself in a park. Okay. Snatch by Diego says, I remember this and it was everywhere. Yeah, I feel like some people paid some money to make said situation go away, because I'm hearing it was on the news as well. Weird. Okay, very, very weird. It's giving that there's two different rules and regulations here. TD Jakes say he will not marry a man and a man or a woman and a woman, but then you have a son who is also gay. So at what point in time when he want to get married, are you going to say to your son, I'm not going to marry you? I'm not going to marry you if you're marrying someone that's same sex. I'm not going to do that. Are you going to still stand behind that podium? Or are you going to still give your son away if he decides that he wants to be married because it said that his son is gay? So that's my question. Why are there different rules for different people? I'm trying to figure that out. Why are there different rules for different people? Is there an issue to where TD Jakes may be undercover with his sexuality? I don't know. A lot of pastors are. Eddie Schlong had some issues where he was running around with boys, getting a hotel room with boys, renting cars with boys, and his wife stayed. And I think the embarrassment of it all, she rushed to go and file for divorce. And I think he gave her that pep talk, and he probably begged and cried for her to stay. Look at what this will do to me. Look at what this is going to do to the church. Da, 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 da. And she ran and stopped the divorce and decided to stay. Now, Sharita Jakes, she's not filed for divorce. She's just kind of living with this situation. Okay. I feel like, and like the woman said in the other video, I feel like she knows way more. She's seen way more. And people have brought her stories about her husband, which is probably why he chose to step down and have his daughter step up and pastor his church, the Potter's House. Okay. You know, his daughter is what is she, like a minister or something like that? Michelle. Is that her name, child? The one that they say stole the baby? Her? That's some other shit going on, too. It's a lot of skeletons in the closet with this damn family. It's a lot of skeletons, but they're saying that a lot of people have brought things to Sarita, honey, and she just kind of turned a blind eye. She ain't going nowhere because Sarita said, baby, I'm staying in a mansion now. And if I leave, honey, I don't know what my life is going to become because I came from nothing. I was damn near homeless when I met this man. And he, you know, maybe she's staying out of loyalty. I don't know. Maybe she's staying out of loyalty. If he's out here messing with men, maybe she's staying out of loyalty. Loyalty and lifestyle. The 2 L's, honey. The 2 L's. She said, I ain't going to catch no L. But I deal with that loyalty and that lifestyle. But I ain't gonna catch no L. I ain't gonna be out here driving around no Honda Accord, honey, when I was in the Rolls Royce with the double R's in the headrest. She said, baby, I'm gonna have that double R in the headrest. They don't put Honda, they don't put an H for Honda on the headrest, girl, but they do put that double R, and that's where I'm trying to be. I'm gonna stay over here, and if that's what he chooses to do, maybe he needs to step down a little bit. But bitch, I ain't leaving. That's what it gives. Okay. But my question is, who turned her sons out? Who? Where they get it from? Because they were children. They were little boys, like little boys when she moved in with TD Jakes with her kids. She had about 3 of them, I read. She had about 3 kids when she met him. And he adopted all of her kids. All right. But that's all I have for you guys. All right. Y'all can Sarah, was it Sarah Jakes? That's her name, Sarah? Okay, Sarah Jakes, child. It's a whole bunch of them. But Sarah Jakes. Thank y'all for correcting me. All right. There's Sarah and Cora. All right. Sarah and Cora Jakes. So y'all can put in the chat what you guys think. All right. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna play one more time for those of you coming in, because I know some of you guys are just coming in and play one more time this video that I pulled about the Jakes. Okay. All right. And I ain't worried about him suing me because this is fair use content. And it's just my opinion. I never said he was gay. I never said any of that. But I am going to address said situations that I found. And if he feels a way about it, he feels a way about it. It's called fair use. All right. And my shredder is plugged up. Let's make sure it still works really good, just in case he sends something over. Let's see. Because, baby, this is what we do with those. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I like that sound, girl. Oh, let's get into the video again, though. All right.
Time later, I don't know if it was years. I don't know the time frame of between her having and her meeting Thomas. That part of their story, I don't know. But one of the great things that made her fall in love with Thomas was that he accepted her 2 boys. And yes, he did later adopt them. So he's the man that raised them, because I don't know anything about their biological father, y'all. I don't know who he is. That's the part I can't say. My mentor told me, and I'll.
Y'all find it weird that no one knows, and they don't even know who their biological father is. Sarita's never introduced them to their biological father. That TD Jakes just came in and, you know, he took over being the father. Maybe that's him saying, hey, I don't want the father around. I'm the father.
Never forget this. There was a time when the Jakes lived near what is not White Rock Lake in Dallas. Okay. They had a home. They used to have a home over there. And she told me her friend was part of this group of people that had gone to the house. But I don't know how many sessions they had, but this was a time, as I said earlier, where people kind of saw homosexuality differently, especially in the church. And so they believed that it was an evil spirit and it could be cast out. And so she was telling me that the friend had said that they had had a few sessions at the Jakes home where they were trying to cast the devil out of these 2 boys. And I remember, I'll never forget, she said to me, she said, and they said every time they would get to a point where they thought they were going to cast him out, Jakes would leave the room. Why? I don't know. What he was leaving the room for, I don't know. When all this stuff comes out over the next days and weeks about Thomas, you know, TD Jakes, which stands for Thomas Dexter, for those who may not know. I don't want to assume everyone knows what that stands for. I want all of you to understand that Sarita was a part of the cover-up. So very often when things come out about these husbands, the wives, the wives get to play innocent. People assume they're innocent, kind of like the Vanessa Long, Eddie Long situation. People assume they're innocent. The wife kind of skates off and people look at her like, "Aw," but that's never the case. It's never the case. When women like Sarita go along, participate in, when I say participating, I don't mean necessarily the act. I just mean go along with the cover up and pretending that it's not what it is. That's what makes these things go on for years and years and years, because as women, we have power. And when we leave a man, people know something's up. What I'm saying is when it all comes out, I don't want anyone to be like, "Oh, poor Sarita." No, it's not going to be poor Sarita. Sarita, people have gotten information back to Sarita for years about her husband. But there, sometime later, I don't know if it was years, I don't know the time frame of between her having and her meeting Thomas. That part of their story, I don't know. But one of the great things that made her fall.
So y'all heard that, okay? Y'all heard that. So she said, hey, don't be surprised when this come out. Don't be like, oh my God, poor Sarita. Because no, Sarita knows all about this shit. Okay. She's in it to win it, baby. She's in there. All right. She's in there like swimwear. Sarita ain't going no damn where. She know about it. And it's sad to sit back and see your children suffer and go through certain things, and you are more focused on your lifestyle and money and everything else versus your kids and their mentality and what they're going through. I mean, I don't know. But that's what had happened, okay? That is what happened. So, child, that's all I got. That's all I got. Y'all can put in the chat what you guys think, okay? One of the worst hurt that most people experience is church hurt. And when a person finds a church that they enjoy going to, and then they see certain things like this, or they're propositioned by a person who they see as someone as like the person of the cloth. Not saying he did it, but that can turn a person away from even wanting to be around a church, because it makes them fearful. Like, oh my God, this person who preached so good, be up there sweating and about to pass out, is up here calling me and asking me for certain sexual favors. Like, how do I see this person now? And how do I go to another church and trust another person when they meet, when they may have that same stuff going on with them as well? So a lot of people have been turned away from the church because they felt maybe violated, or maybe they felt something was inappropriate, or maybe somebody said something to them out of the way. A lot of people have turned away from going to church. But if you find a church that, a church or a church home that you enjoy going to, that give you what you need, you can go there and, pray. The sermon is good and the pastor speaks directly to you, and they're not always hustling people for money, then stay there, stick with it. But always keep your eyes open and have your, what they call discernment, okay? Always got to have your discernment on it, and it will never lead you wrong. All right. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining this live. Okay. I appreciate you all. I may pop back in. What time is it? I may pop back in, honey, if there's some more news that I know you guys can use, which I know I'll find something to talk about, as I always do. But thank you all for being here. Thank you to Queen Speak TV for being in the building. All right. I appreciate you coming over. You guys check out all these content creators, True TV Podcast, Sunny Days, Purple Unicorn. Thank you, Deary Talk Show, Misty Hills ATL, Boss Lady Brand, Girlfriend Chronicles, Love Seen Heard. Did we have any more come in? Y'all check out all those content creators, and please don't forget to hit the like button and support, okay? It's hard work coming out here, putting out topics and commentary for you guys. So the least you guys can do is just please hit the like button. I said over here on my channel as well. Okay, don't just hit it over there, hit it over here as well, because it takes time. I'm taking time away from my husband, my family, to come and spend time with you guys, okay? Thank you to my mods, Bill Wilson, KBR, Tyra, and Scorpion Miss, as well as my backup mods, Rose Armstead, and True TV Podcast as well, okay? Thank you to my Caramelians for spending your Sunday with me. I'm going to try to hit you guys one more time before we get out of here on this Sunday evening, but you guys be safe. And enjoy the rest of your day, okay? If nothing else, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend and tell a friend. Come on over to the Caramel Show and subscribe, okay? Bye.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need.